guys, welcome back to Raw Synergy TV. I wanted to make this video to give you an update about what's been going on in my world. I've missed you guys so much and I've missed making videos. So let's get right into this video and bring you up to date. In a previous video, I mentioned that I was having issues with histamine intolerance. And that's been really challenging for me as far as being able to meet my caloric needs and actually a lot of stuff. It actually affects every area of my life. But what I want to talk about in this video is my juice cleanse that I just did. I did an extended juice cleanse, 136 days on nothing but juice, no solid food, just juice. About a year ago, I started having major chemical sensitivity and I was getting rashes all over my upper body, my face, my chest, my neck, and even into my head. And it was really, really uncomfortable. It was becoming such a challenge that I started to not want to go anywhere because pretty much everywhere it seemed like I was going, anyone I came in contact with, I was breaking out in these awful rashes. It was really affecting my life in a very bad way. And because of this, and because of the histamine intolerance and these issues that I was having, I knew that I needed to do something. In fact, my digestion started to back up to the point where I would eat a meal and I would feel so full really fast. I would have really bad indigestion, and when I went to sleep, I would have to sleep sitting up because nothing was moving through me. It was like just a lot of discomfort going on everywhere. My body was really becoming out of balance. And the longer that I went without taking care of it, the worse it was getting. It was wonderful how this stream of events just started happening when I finally just reached out to God, reached out to the universe, and just said, I need some answers. I need guidance. Show me the way. Please show me the way. I need answers and solutions. I need to know what to do. And after asking that, I just sort of let it go and just left it up to the universe. And within days, I ended up having an amazing conversation with my very dear friend, John from Raw Alchemy. If you don't know who he is, you need to start following him because he's amazing. He's my very dear friend, and we were catching up via FaceTime because we hadn't talked in quite a while. And he was 30 days into a juice cleanse, and he was raving about it. Of course, he's been vegan a very long time, and he's been high raw also for a very long time. So he's telling me about his juice cleanse, and he's telling me all the benefits of it and how great he feels, and he's telling me about the videos he's been watching, and he just always, every time I talk to him, he inspires me so much. After our conversation, I was so inspired, and he sent me some videos about juicing and kind of what to expect, and other people's testimonials of their juice cleanses. And that night, let me back up. So for 3 days, I think when I talked to him, it was a Monday. The Saturday before this, I had eaten something for dinner that did not digest well. It was just potatoes, I think, at home, like I made my own gravy from scratch. I've been doing really high raw, but at night I had been eating sweet potatoes or potatoes in order to meet my caloric needs because I wasn't able to get my caloric needs on raw before doing this juice cleanse. So I had been eating a little bit of cooked food. This is not new to most of you who have been following my videos. And that night, that Saturday night, I had eaten something, it didn't digest well, I felt horrible, I had awful stomach pains. The next day when I woke up, I still had the stomach pain, I wasn't feeling good. And so that day, so that was a Sunday, I decided to eat all raw. And that night, because I was still feeling so bad, I did not eat dinner. And then the next day, again, I was eating all raw. And then I had that conversation with John. And so that night, I decided I'm just gonna juice for dinner. He inspired me so much, I'm like, I'm just gonna have juice for dinner. And then the next day, I was all in, 100%, I was gonna do the juice thing. And it just felt like the timing was perfect. It was the answer from the universe that I was looking for. So I started my juice cleanse right then and there. The interesting thing for me, the thing that really, really caught my attention about his juice cleanse was that he had been on this juice cleanse for 30 days, no solid food. He was straining his juices and he was having solid bowel movements every single day. That blew my mind. I've done juice cleanses before. 2 weeks were the max. You all probably know that I did a 13-day water fast back in 2012. I never had a bowel movement during that time. So the wheels in my head were just spinning about this. So the very next day I wake up and I am 100% committed to doing this juice cleanse. I don't have any time frame for how long I'm going to do it. I just said to myself, I'm doing this until my body tells me to stop or until I'm better. My goal was to go until I was completely better. Like, I had no intention of stopping at any time. This was just before the start of the new year. I think it was like 5 days before 2022. I began the juice cleanse and I juiced every single day, no solid food, for 136 days. The same thing that happened to my friend John, and which happens to pretty much most people who do a juice cleanse. I had no idea, but the body cleanses out old stuck waste, and you have no idea that you have all this stuck waste in there. And I went to the bathroom every single day of my 136-day juice cleanse. And now most people were like, oh no, it's the juices are coming. No. This was not juices. I strained my juices through 4 strainers. 4 different strainers every single time I juiced. And even for a while, I also ran my juices through a nut bag and then strained them. I wanted to make sure there was literally no fiber in my juice. I wanted to know if what all these people were saying was true, and I needed to prove that for myself. And I absolutely did that by straining my juices and seeing what was coming out of me. So I won't go any more into detail about what came out of me, but I am telling you right now that that was the most amazing, crazy cleanse I have ever done. And I'm still, as you can tell, like just blown away by that. I highly recommend doing a juice cleanse just because my experience was so incredible. It was not easy. It was easy to drink juices all day long. I was never hungry. I enjoyed the process of juicing, but the things that the body goes through is very challenging. And I won't get into that today, that's maybe for another video, but oh wow. It was intense, it was amazing. I do want to share that the number one biggest result of doing that juice cleanse was that I did heal the chemical sensitivity. Before, I could not go to Costco. I could not walk through the grocery store, pass down the detergent aisle. I couldn't hug people if they were wearing dry cleaned clothes or some sort of perfume or lotion or something, and I came in contact with that. The rash was awful, and it started off mild, but it progressively got worse so quickly. It even got to the point where my throat and my esophagus would start to burn, and I would get these like sores all the way down my throat and my esophagus, to the point where every time I would breathe, everything felt so inflamed and irritated. And it was so overwhelming because I got to the point where I didn't want to leave the house. And I didn't. I started not going places. I started having my husband do the shopping. I started having my husband go and take care of things, where normally we would go and do things together. We would host events, and I ended up having to not go to the events that we were hosting because I was so afraid that I was going to break out in this awful rash, and I would be up all night, lying awake, scratching, burning, itching, and it was just so frustrating. So to have this condition healed is just such a huge blessing. I just can't even explain to you. When something like that takes away your life, it is awful. It's just a huge blessing that it is healed. I've been able to go to all the stores, I've been able to go to Costco. There were times I couldn't even touch fabric. There were certain fabrics. I bought a couple of pairs of jeans that were so cute, and I could not even touch them. If I touched them or came near them, I would break out in this rash and my throat would get inflamed. So I just want to say, if anyone is going through that, this is a possible solution. I know everybody is different, and our bodies are all going through different things, and these reactions come from different things, but if I can do it, I do believe that you could also do it if you're having this type of condition. The second biggest benefit of completing this juice cleanse is that I can now eat lettuce and sprouts and barley grass juice powder. I couldn't take barley grass juice powder before this because it would make me feel so awful. Like, I had such bad reactions to it. And the same thing with lettuce. Lettuce, any kind of lettuce, romaine, butter lettuce, sprouts, sunflower sprouts, they all increased my inflammation in my body. I still have a little tiny bit of reaction in my hand from the lettuce. I do get a little bit of inflammation, but it's not like it was before. I still have a lot more to heal because there are still so many fruits that I cannot eat. I would say the majority of fruits I cannot eat because they cause such bad reactions. Very, very painful inflammation that causes extreme migraines, extreme spinal misalignments, and just a lot of bodily discomfort. So it's really, really frustrating to still have that, but I do believe that over time that I can heal that, because I've heard so many Other people have healed their histamine sensitivities and intolerances. Overall, I am feeling so much better. Before the cleanse and even during the cleanse, I was feeling really depressed, really bad, low energy, completely not motivated, not feeling like myself at all. I just did not feel like myself. I couldn't feel gratitude. I couldn't feel joy and happiness. And so much of this was because of the food, but also it's just been going on ever since my mom passed. The stress of that, I feel like the stress of that experience has just taken such a toll on my body. And I feel like that stress is a big part of why my food sensitivities ramped back up, and that everything was just getting so bad with the inflammation and just having all kinds of things going haywire in my body. It feels so good to feel more like myself again, to have my happiness and my joy and my gratitude back. I've had so many amazing experiences with nature since I started the juice cleanse and got back to all raw. It's like just the universe is showing up for me in huge ways. And in fact, just before starting this video, there was an amazing baby hawk in the backyard. I think that it's still there, but it's continuous. And I'm so excited to share more about this in another video because it seriously has been so cool. And that's one thing that happens whenever I am all raw. Like, the connection to nature is amazing. But since starting this juice cleanse, it's like just out of the stratosphere amazing. Yeah, I really need to make a video about that. Since breaking the juice cleanse, my meals have been very simple. I have been testing out different foods to see what works and what doesn't, but I'm really keeping it simple. Pretty much mono meals of fruit. During the day, I've been doing celery juice in the morning, then I have some apple juice, and I take my daily green boost, barley grass juice powder, and then I'll just do mono fruits. I've been monoing cherries because cherries are in season right now. I just got pretty much the last of the cherimoya for this season at the farmer's market on Sunday. So I think this will probably be my last week for cherimoya, but of course, if you've been following my videos for a long time, you know how much I love mangoes, and mangoes have always been a staple in my diet because that's been one food that has been extremely consistent for me and really good to my body. So I've got a boatload of mangoes, and I've been eating lots of mangoes, blueberries, blackberries, and then my salads at night. All different kinds of lettuces, and I love the cucumber noodles, the zucchini noodles. I love arugula, and I'm so happy I can eat arugula now. I just love it. So adding those and some sprouts of different kinds like amaranth and sunflower sprouts. I haven't been doing anything like overstimulating. It's just been fruits and vegetables. I've tried some overt fats, just been experimenting with flax seed. I did a little bit of flax oil just to test, because when you have sensitivity, sometimes the oils you do better, and I wanted to try getting some omega-3s in me to see how I would feel. And then I moved to the flax seed once I felt like I was okay with it. And I've also tried some raw tahini, and I do okay with those two fats. But because I really want to heal the food sensitivities, I've been following the Dr. Morse protocol with doing fruits to heal. I'm trying to do as many fruits as I possibly can and keep the fats low to none to see how my body will heal in that way. So we'll see what happens from there to see if I can heal further. I'm super excited to be back to eating all raw again and to have figured out a way to make it work for me. And it's only been in the last couple of days that I've been able to reach my caloric needs, because today, I believe today is day 25 of breaking my juice cleanse, and it's been really challenging to get my body back to a state of being able to eat enough. There have been lots of challenges on this cleanse, but it's been worth it. Every step of the way, it's been worth it. I've learned so much, and I'm ready to continue moving forward. I am really curious to hear from you guys. I want to know how you're doing, and I really want to know what you would like to see from me as far as videos go moving forward. Please let me know in the comments down below what you want to see. Do you want to see more information about the juice cleanse? Do you want all the details? Do you guys have any questions for me about histamine intolerance? Do you want longer videos? Do you want shorter videos? Tell me what you would like to see from me. I would love to hear from you. I want to be able to inspire you to get healthier, to heal your bodies, and to feel your absolute best. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.